Welcome back to Bay Area Focus. It's that time. Summer is coming to a close and students are packing up and getting ready for college. But the financial burden of college can be a real strain on families. Johnny Gottstein, president and CEO of Gott Professional Insurance Services, is at our table to give parents some advice. And boy, do we need it. All right. Where should parents begin when deciding how to balance paying for college and also saving for retirement? That's a common question, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a big question. A lot of times, parents feel that they really want to put their kids through college and put a lot towards that. But the first thing that you really need to start with is figure out how much you're going to need for retirement. Once you figure out how much you need to save, then you can budget how much, and then you can kind of look into seeing exactly what you can save for college as well.
And what are some common sense tips you have for parents struggling to decide and plan for these two goals?
Yeah. Well, first thing, the first tip is once you find that budget, stick with it. Figure out exactly what you can and what you're willing to put in towards your child's education, and stick with it. Second thing is it's kind of a common sense tip. You want to put more monthly into your retirement than your kid's education, because when it comes time to retire, you're going to be the one funding that.
Sure.
And so you want to make sure you're prepared for that.
Yeah. What if your kid comes home though and says, "Mom, I just got accepted into Harvard"? What do you do? Well,
that's great. You got to look at all aspects of that. How many children do you have in the house? I mean, it's great that they got. You definitely want your child to go to Harvard, and it's an exciting thing. So there's some things you can do. Maybe they can work while they're going to college, scholarships, different things like that. Because working, like I have a 23-year-old daughter, she lives at home, and she works, and she goes to college. So by doing so, it helps her kind of have the reality of a budget, and she's invested in school because she's putting something towards that, and it teaches her budgeting as well. So that might be some things that you can do to help afford to do so.
Yeah, and there are some real risks. Let's talk about the risks of dipping into your retirement fund to pay for college.
Yeah, that's huge. I see it all the time when I sit down with folks. They say, okay, well, I'm going to take this money out and pay for their child's education, but they don't really look at the long run. One of the biggest problems in America for retirees is outliving your money, because we're living longer and longer.
Sure.
So what happens is if you pull that money out, you're setting yourself back almost 10 years right away of investing by dipping into your retirement fund. That's why it's a good idea to have a budget for your retirement and your child's education.
And student loan, the interest is a lot lower than...
That's right. That's right. Definitely. Student loans are a lot well, let's say most of them are a lot less than what we can get on the outside as far as interest rates go. And
then budgeting and credit. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's teach our children this as they're going into it. Do they have a checking account? Are they responsible enough for a checking account? And when you're showing them about that, talk to them about overdraft fees and how to be responsible with that. Same with credit cards. Maybe have smaller limits, or teaching them, to pay those off each month as you go.
Yeah, credit card companies love college students. On the first day of school, they set up all the booths.
Oh, I tell you what.
Telling your kids, come on.
Hey, a couple of my daughters got approved for more credit cards than me as soon as they went to college.
Exactly.
I said, wow, everybody's accepted.
Because they know who's paying for it in the end if they can't afford it. I know how that works. My mom had to do that a couple of times for me in college.
Yes,
when does it make sense to see a financial professional?
Well, when it comes to planning your future and stuff, I think it always makes sense. I mean, because everybody needs a professional at that trade when it comes time. It's just like if you're getting your air conditioning done, you're going to hire someone that's a professional at that. If you're looking at budgeting for, or planning for your future, or looking at your retirement, college, anything like that, it's always good to seek professional help. So I think right away is a good time.
Right away. Like right now.
Right now.
Do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Make the call.
That's it.
All right. You gave us some really, really good advice. Thank you so much.
Well,
I have a daughter going into her senior year of high school, so this is perfect.
No, there you go. There you go.
In my world. Thank you.
Thank you.
To get more information, just log on to GPIS4U.org. After the break, we have a couple of fitness experts with a fun workout for the weekend. We'll be right back.